Alrighty. Yo. See you later, buddy. Alright. So here we are. This is the... Which match is this gonna be right here? I should probably know this stuff, huh? This match right here is going to essentially be the quarterfinals. Yeah, Chad left, so this is technically for 5th, 6th, or guaranteed 4th. So Richie needs to win 2 to jump up. Chad's leaving. You guys can check out the bracket if you're curious. So right now we got Rich Minicello and Julio playing. I'll try to redo this. This is the shot clock. The big number is the shot clock. The smaller number with the bar is the match clock. And if you're not familiar how this works, basically every 40 points is a game. They start negative, so Rich started minus 2. So whoever's in the lead at the end of the match is the winner. If they tie, they do a 6-ball shootout, which is pretty cool. I don't know if we'll get to see that or not. And yeah, that's it. It's pretty straightforward. Like I said, I'll try to get this the scoreboard a little bit neater. It's kind of on the fly right now. Obviously, I'm not using the main stream table. Why? I don't even know why. Don't even ask me. Don't even ask me. Because I don't even know at this point. No, I'm just kidding. But, yeah, it's a pretty cool format. We're doing this as a tournament, singles tournament, but we're doing actually a league. It's team-based, similar to the APA. So if you're interested in joining, we're going to start it up on the 20th. We have some teams, and we have some people looking for teams. So there's that. I broke it. All right, we're back. Try to make this slightly less bad. I don't know if I'm gonna do that well or not. Julio is X. So I'll put Julio like here. I know it's not perfect by any means, but this is what I got. So that's Julio. And if you guys are interested in this format, like I said, it's pretty cool. You can go to the Ultimate Pool page, Metro Boston, and there's some details, and I'll be posting some more stuff over the next couple of weeks. Again, the session is going to start up on the 20th, and the format just makes you need to shoot kind of quick. Like Richie needs to win while he's going to get this game. So now he's down 3, so it's alternate break. It's cool, you know. When the racks are open, you run them quickly if you can. And it's just a different way to play, and it's, like I said, it's pretty fun. I'll try to make this somewhat makes sense here. The best I possibly can, which is looks like it's going to be not that great. But this is on the fly. You guys can bear with me. So Rich is on the right, Julio's on the left, and this is about as good as I can get it for now. Yeah. Well, I guess this is the best I got. So if you have any questions, you can feel free to ask me. I'll try to answer them. And yeah, it's pretty cool. Hopefully we'll see something exciting. I mean, Rich just ran this rack in the time that it took me to move some stuff around. So it is nice and fast-paced. It would be cool to see them go to the shootout. And if you don't know what the shootout is, basically they put 6 balls up, they time it. Whoever gets the balls down the quickest time wins. Plenty of pool left here. I mean, Julio started negative. No, Rich started -2. So they played 6 racks in 20 minutes. And the clock pauses. The match clock stops when they're racking the balls and stuff. I mean, you guys can watch. You'll get the hang of it. I wanted to stream all day. It just didn't work out that way. We only had 16 players. But we didn't have a lot of tables to use today, so it took a little bit longer than maybe it should have. We didn't start till like 1 o'clock either, so a few matches left, so you guys have plenty of time to check out the format. And like I said, it is really fun. It's even fun on the bar box. And basically how we set this up is we alternated tables, so the players, there's no one around these guys right now to their left or their right. They have like an entire area by themselves, so they don't have to think or worry about anything really. I'm actually going to make a couple changes here so we can put back a couple of things. So this way we can get the sponsors, our lovely sponsors, back up here. And yeah, I know it's tough to see the score, but Rich is on the right, Julio's on the left. The fun part is the shot clock. Of course, if we stream this stuff in the future, I'll have all the kinks worked out. And also, we don't have sound over there, so it is the sound from the other table. So sorry about that. I'm not sure if there's volume from that or not. But it doesn't really matter if there's table sound or not. You guys get the gist. So there's still plenty of time left. Obviously, it's going to be pretty tough for Rich to win, I think, if Julio wins this rack. But if Rich wins this rack, which is definitely possible given where the 7 ball is, then it's really anyone's game. And like I said, Rich ran those last racks pretty quick. Julio's going to try to get on the 7 or break it out. Just missed the breakout. And is he going to scratch too? Ooh, nope. Well, he's got a pretty natural line to get on the 7. He's going to have to come with a tough shot, but you got to like him to really secure the match victory if he can get out here. Doesn't want to do that. Oh, that's the opposite. Wow, that's brutal. That is brutal. So yeah, if you guys want to sign up for the league, you can message me if you want to make a team. Maybe some of you know how it works. Basically, you get a score. It's not a Fargo rate, but it's similar. Basically, take your Fargo, and what we're going to do is subtract 65. That's how I'm going to do it for the league to start. And basically, you need to play someone under a 450 UP score. So that's basically, if you have a 500, they have to play. Someone around 500 Fargo needs to play every week. I didn't see what happened with Richie there. Looks like he maybe rushed that a little bit, or he just didn't have a good shot. Oh, he had a rail first. He was hooked. So after that, I mean, you can play any team you want. Now, the thing is, you might not want to play a super high level team because it's hard to give weight in this. The maximum spot is 4 games. But I'm telling you only have a half hour. You got to fade the spot. It's tricky. So you guys can figure out how you want to make your teams and all that. But it's definitely a cool format. We're doing this Monday nights. It's going to be $20. Yeah. There's some updates and things like that I will be putting out. So if you're interested, again, we're starting on January 20th. So yeah, if you want to try a different format and play some, something a little new and exciting, check it out. It definitely is fun to play, kind of be forced to play quickly or different tempos, and yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, it can be a little frustrating when you're losing, of course. Like right here, it's going to be so hard for Richie to come back. Not saying it can't be done, but with the alternate break, it is going to be tricky. It's going to be really tricky. Julio actually, he lost the match for the hot seat, so he has to win this one and the next one to win money. If he wins the next one, he jumps into second place, though, because Chad Avalon took third place money and went home. And yeah, I'm not sure how many tournaments I'll do in this style. Maybe after we run the league and all the kinks are worked out and kind of everybody knows how it works, I'll do some more. Obviously, I would make sure that whatever day I did them on, it would be pretty wide open as far as the tables go, because we didn't have a lot of tables today because there was another league event in here. So it was a bit hectic, but still, hopefully the people that came enjoyed it, tried something new. Play a little pool on a Sunday, could be worse. So yeah, Julio is a huge lock. If you can't see the score there, it's 5-2. And again, Rich starts at -2. So the real score is 4-5, but they just race to whoever's in the lead at the end. Some other funny things are it's 8 ball on the spot. There's a good list of interesting rules that I put out there in a couple posts, so if you're interested, check that out. But yeah, I mean, if the balls are open like this, you can definitely get out quickly. Like, I bet Richie runs this rack very fast. Let's see, it's 5.5 minutes left. Let's see how quickly he's going to go here. He's not going to waste any time. I think he just pinches over. Oh, yeah, he could work his way down. Might pinch over for the 7 and then get to the 2. Yeah. Wonder if he's going to try to get on the 1 right now. All right. It is all ball foul, so this is going to make this shot tricky. I wonder if he's going to bump it or just try to go out. Yeah. Yeah, it can be hard to get your tempo, especially, most people haven't played a format like this, so find yourself maybe going a little quicker than you should. Obviously, Julio, I mean, with a huge lead like this, he's basically a guarantee to win. Not a guarantee, but pretty close. The next match is going to be, assuming he wins, because it's pretty hard for him to lose from here, is going to be Julio versus Kyle Ferris. They're both 600 players. They're going to play an even race. And then after that, it's going to be the finals. So a couple cool matches, and they go really quick. It's only a half hour. There's a little bit of stoppage to rack the ball, so matches are getting done in like 35 minutes, which is cool. If you do have a wait, you don't have like a 2-hour crazy match. Wow. Rich really needed to win that last rack. And it is kind of, the other fun thing about it is it puts a lot of pressure on every rack, or certain racks more than a regular race does. Not that every rack isn't important in a standard race, but it kind of like gives this is like the key rack to every rack, or like more of a hill type of feeling more often than it really is, if that makes any sense. So I recommend giving it a go in the league. I mean, they're playing out for the grand finals is like $100,000 for first place, so it's pretty crazy as far as league payouts go. And yeah, it's just something to do on a Monday night, new format. I know a lot of people are tired of the old format. Of course, there'll be a couple growing pains when it comes to this. I mean, Richie doesn't have to be out of it. I mean, see there, when the 8 ball goes down, the clock stops. And, I mean, he could break and run here. The other guy could scratch. And they could go to the shootout. Of course, things had to go your way, but it is exciting if someone comes back and wins like that. So hopefully you guys can hear me. Give me a good thumbs down if you can hear me. And then again, it's 5-3. Richie's on the right side. Just trying to make a different scoreboard for you, but this is about as good as I have. I guess I could blow it up a touch. I guess I could make it a little bigger. A touch bigger and cover the table, which I don't like to do, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, so, and it's not call shot. So Richie is just, he's trying to go as fast as he possibly can. There we go, make it a little bigger. And it is kind of exciting. Hopefully he gets out here, and I mean, he does have plenty of time if he can get out here. He's thinking about the combo or not. He's in a really tough spot. I think he should play the combo, or he's going to try and draw or something. All right, nice shot. This is what I mean. The clock is, if he can get out here, looks like he is going to get out. Yep. All right. So, bam. 2 minutes left. Richie needs 1, so if something weird happens, a dry break, I mean, in theory, Richie could even run 2 more racks in 2 minutes. So you see how, good, I'm glad you guys can hear me. So you guys can see how it's kind of exciting. I mean, when do you normally see a guy running around like that? But Richie was actually playing the league finals, other league that we do here. And he was probably going to lose his match, but he ended up forfeiting and then came back later for the loser's side. So it'll be pretty sporty of him if he can win this one and the next one and claim at least second. And I have a feeling they'll end up splitting at the end just because it's kind of late. But yeah, I mean, if you're Julio, like, do you want to break hard and risk selling out? Do you try to go for the break and run and seal it? Like, do you try and milk the clock? I mean, I'd probably try and milk the clock. But it could backfire, Can be interesting to try to milk the clock. Well, he definitely wants to make a ball. Already made a ball, so that's huge for him. I mean, he's pretty much a lock to win now if he plays smart. I mean, I guess he does kind of need to make the ball here. But he's got this duck stripe, so he should be able to, should be a lock for him unless he just misses randomly and Richie runs out. But with the layout, seems unlikely. Yeah, like that. If he misses, poof. Now Richie's at the table. Now we got drama, folks. Let's see what we got. Let's go, Richie. I've had this happen too before where I had a chance to get out and a few seconds kind of dogged it, but it was really fun. Of course, it's more fun if you run out really quick and win. Wow, see Julio missed that shot? I wonder if he was thinking about the clock, and that's what I mean. It can throw you off to like think about anything than your normal pace. Oh. So that's probably going to be it. I mean, all Julio has to do from here is call his extension and he wins. So I think they're probably shaking hands is my guess, since no one's at the table. All right, we have another match coming up right away. It's Julio versus Kyle. So don't go anywhere. You can check out a match from the beginning to the end. It's even race. This is, both 600 level players. Should be pretty interesting, so check it out. Give me 1 second. I got to go set it up for them. I'll be right back. Yeah, same table. The other guy forfeited, so if you win this, you go straight to second place. All right, so here we go. I'll be curious to see if they even play the finals. But whatever, this is a pretty good match because the winner gets guaranteed second, like I said, and a couple $100, and the loser gets to go home. I got to give the edge to Kyle, but considering Julio just played a match here, he might, be a little dialed in. That could be a big deal. But, they're both 600 players, so it's all the tables play pretty similar, so I don't think it's going to be, I don't think it's going to be a big deal. This table's not too tight or too loose, as you can see. So Julio again, maybe having the shot clock bother him there. But yeah, it's a cool format. Like I said, we're doing the league. I'm just going to drone on about this, so forgive me. We're doing the league January 20th. We need teams. We need players. If you want to make a team, you can. It's definitely geared towards all level of play. I mean, I don't necessarily think there's a huge advantage to have a crazy strong team. I mean, I think you gotta strategize just like anything. You know, I've played this and given up weight a couple times, and it's tough because like you can't make any mistakes. The other guy has lots of time to maybe play. Can't play too slow because of the shot clock, but you know what I mean. Where I feel very rushed. Like I played the guy this morning. I had to give him 3 games. The most is 4, and I won the first 2, and I had a good chance to win the third one. Dogged it, absolutely dogged it, and then it was just so much pressure from there. And then I made another couple of mistakes. And then all of a sudden, it's like the score line is just brutal. So yeah, it's definitely an interesting new format. And I think, it's not going to be for everyone, but give it a shot. Again, it's going to be Mondays here at Amazon. We're going to do some other rooms too, of course, but for right now, for this session, we're just going to try and get it kicking out of here. It's meant to be played on the smaller tables, but doesn't have to be. And, yeah, I might try and do another one of these, because we're going to do like a 7-week session at some point in a couple months from now. The normal session is 14 weeks. So I'll probably do something in the spring where I do like another, hey, come try it out, singles tournament. And of course, now that we've done it, I understand how the system works and all that, it should be a lot easier and quicker. That's the other thing. Like I said, we didn't have all the tables today. We only used 4 tables, and we were even down to 3 at some point. So if we could use all the tables. Granted, I did space them out. It would be, you could do a 32-person tournament really quick, and you can see, first rack there, 3 minutes. Normally, sometimes back in the day when we were doing TNT 8-ball, I mean, you'd have races to 3 that were lasting like an hour and a half. Craziness. So, even if you do have only a few tables, just the fact that with the stoppage time and starting the match, racking the balls, no match is going to go over 40 minutes really. So typically you can have matches that go 2 hours. So you can, even with a few tables, you can still get a lot of pool in. And you saw there, it's not like the guys still get to play a nice race, Richie was at 5? They played like 9, 10 games or something. So that's pretty much the average, I would say, between 6 and 10 games people are playing in the half hour. Of course, that's going to depend on the skill of the players, the layouts, all that stuff. But we'll definitely see a couple racks ran quickly, I can assure you. And it's also nice to see the different, how they play when they start even, how they play when they start with a little spot. Like I said, I think as the higher level player, you're better off just keeping a good pace the whole time, because it gives you that chance, that off chance to maybe tie it up in a really fast run out. Breaking dry is devastating, of course, but we'll see how it goes. And Kyle is on the right. He's up 1-0 here. Again, I know the scoreboard isn't perfect, but hopefully you guys can give me a pass today. All right, so the ball's kind of tied up in a really bad way there. If you're solids, you don't love it, but it's not terrible. That's a good shot from Julio. I think he should go 2 rails and out for this 10. Yep. It's a good shot. Wants to get close if he can. Yeah, he definitely didn't want that angle. He's alright. He probably wanted it to be straight. It's all ball fouls, so he's got to be careful. Here, he can either pinch it or just roll it and play for the side, or he can try to come out. Yeah. That's a nice shot right there. That's definitely the shot right there. So he's going to tie it up, looks like. All right. Huge shout out to Donna for doing the clock for me so I can be over here. We did have the players do the clock. It is nice if we have a volunteer to do it. Of course, when you're playing the league operator, your teammates can all volunteer. Like I said, it's a half hour. It goes really quick. You know, kind of be a good sport about it and just press the buttons for, like I said, it's a half hour, 35 minutes. And since you're watching the match, it goes really fast. I did want to stream the whole thing and all the tables, but it was just a little bit. It was a little bit much today with the new system and trying to get the scoreboard to go over the new scoreboard. It was asking a lot. It was asking a lot. All right, what do we got? Looks like we got a dry break from Kyle. Is that what it was? Or did Julio break there? You can tell how much I'm paying attention. All right, nice shot. Julio looks like he's hitting the ball pretty well here. Again, don't think it's going to be too much of a factor, but I predict the score is going to be 4-3. Yeah, it's either going to be 3-2 Kyle or it's going to be 3-3. We're going to go to a shootout. That's my guess. I actually would like to see the shootout. I don't think I have a way to put the score timer up on this for the shootout, but it's okay. I'll make it even more exciting. That's something you might want to give a little practice to because it is interesting. Just the break, you got to hit them super soft. Yeah, it's definitely interesting. All right, so he kind of hooked himself here. Oh no, he has the 12 ball. My mistake. Still tight window here. Chose to draw it. I think he's okay. Still's got some work to do here. And you got to believe at Kyle's level if he does miss anything from here, unless he kind of hooks him by accident, you know. Julio's either going to get out right here. Wow, what a nice draw shot that was. I wonder if he meant to do that or not. What a great shot. So it looks like Julio's going to go pull ahead 2-1. If he does miss this 8 for some reason, you got to think Kyle's a favorite to get out. Is what I was trying to spit out there. Again, I did want to say a huge thanks to Donna, who has been helping with the clock. She's actually controlling the clock over there right now. The players aren't doing it, which is nice for the players and, of course, very nice for me so I can bring the stream to you guys and talk about this new format. Even though in theory, I guess I could do it from here. It would just be hard for me to hear them call the extension from here. Plus, we all know I can hardly talk without doing anything. So if I added talking and pushing a button, I'll probably fail. But yeah, if you want to, you can go on Facebook and find the Ultimate Pool League Boston Metro West, and you can check out. I'll have some posts about signing up and things like that if you're interested. We do have quite a few people that are going to make a team, so if you don't want to make a team, you want to maybe just be put on one, that's an option as well. Again, starting up on the 20th, so it's 2 weeks away, so plenty of time to find a team, get it all squared away, and play a brand new session. Again, that's starting up on January 20th. And the winner of this is going straight to the finals against Justin Zelnick. I'm probably saying that wrong. Hopefully not. All right. Nice spread. Great spread. Has a somewhat easy starter ball. Don't know if he wants to be solids, but I'm sure he's not going to care as long as he has an open shot. Pump the 8 out of the way. That's a good shot. Yeah, if they're playing at this pace, they might get to like 9 games or a little bit faster. All right, so he's gonna want to pull this back. He might just opt to. Thought he might have shot the 3 instead and swung this just to have a little bit better cueing. Again, it is all ball fouls, so. All ball foul. All right, so he's going to try and draw this. I think he needs to cheat the pocket slightly. I mean, he basically has the same shot he just had. He's all right here. He actually would have liked a little more angle, but I think he's just going to pinch it. Yep. Yeah, and again, oh, I didn't even see the 7 ball. I'm good at missing balls, so perfect. He's just going to come out and then play 1 rail on the 7. And you can see they're wasting no time at all. Assuming he gets out here, we're going to have 4 games down in 10 minutes. Wow, and I jinxed him. Yep. It's easy to undercut those when you punch him like that. That fuller half ball type hit, if you don't put any spin on it, has a real tendency to undercut. All right, so this is a huge opportunity for Julio to put some pressure on him. Again, Julio's on the left. He's up 2-1 against Kyle. And yeah, Kyle's going to have his work cut out for him if he goes down 2. Really need to try and, hold serve, especially in that situation where he really had a nice wide open look at the table. You might not get a nice look at that like that again. I mean, sometimes the outs in 8 ball are just so brutal and tricky that he's definitely going to be kicking himself. Same thing from here from Julio, leaving himself funny out of nowhere on this. He's going to play pocket speed, try to block the pocket if he misses. Or he's just going to fire it right in. Got a nice little kiss there. He's probably off and running. Don't know if he's going to go to the center of the table or play it in the side. So he comes up and almost hooks himself. He's not out of the woods yet. He's going to end up with a pretty long shot on the 8 ball, I think. Let's see how much he can check this up. Yeah, that's kind of where I figured he would be. Shouldn't be any problems, but would have been nice to be a lot closer to this. Seems pretty in stroke right now, though, so. Oh, man, I am good at that, huh? Both players with that kind of similar 15-degree cut, shooting it into the rail. Really easy to do. All right, Kyle is just going to spin this 2 rails tight, or he can go inside English. I think he's going to drag this. Excuse me, swing this. Definitely a big shot. Especially, you know, he probably didn't expect to get it back. Yep, that's the shot all day. He got a lot out of that. He probably wanted to draw that a little bit more. I mean, it's makeable, but it's definitely a tester given the situation. Now again, without the shot clock situation, this particular rack, we'd be like, all right, I'm down 2 racks, that stinks, but now it's just like way more of a thing. Gets it down, no problem though. Kyle is definitely a smooth shooter. All right, we got action here. And you can see how him missing that 8-ball, ate up like a rack's worth of play. They were on par there for 2.5-minute racks, and then they wasted a whole rack time just, you know, not getting out there. So it's definitely interesting how the match clock, shot clock situation affects everything. And yeah, it's a cool format. That's what I'm getting at. If you have a chance to play one of these tournaments somewhere else to see how it goes, and you're like on the fence about joining the league or whatever, go give it a shot. I mean, the entry fees are pretty cheap. They're usually like $30. We made this entry fee a little higher because we counted it towards the finale and things like that. And of course have to give the room green fees, etc. And we wanted to have some money for the players as well. So, but I know they're doing $30 entry fee for a lot of these other events. So go play pool. It's $30. Even if you don't win, you can play pool for a day for $30. Where can you find a cheaper day out than that? And yeah, give it a shot. Like I said, it's pretty cool. It is pretty cool. You know, it can be frustrating, I won't lie. Because sometimes the writing on the wall of you're going to lose the match is a little bit, you know, it's on there for a while, you know. If you're down 2 games and there's 3 minutes left and you're like, oh, I'm pretty sure I'm going to lose. But when the guy does miss and you pop out of your seat and run the rack really quick, then it makes it exciting. It's definitely a different way to add excitement to the game we all love. Right now, Cephal, Don is doing it, but we did have the players do it. If we had volunteers to do the time, then the volunteer was controlling it. And if not, the players are doing it. I did both. I played a match where someone did it for me. I played several matches where I did it myself. It's not really that big of a deal. You do just have to kind of remember to hit the button, but like I said, it's not that crazy. The guy shoots, hit the button. You know, it's really nothing crazy. Like I said, I spaced out the tables, so it's every other table. So there's plenty of space, so you don't have to worry about stopping for anybody or anything like that. So it really removes some of the drama, potentially. When we do the league, I'm going to try and do that same thing. But yeah, in the league, I think we'll have someone like the captain or your teammate operate a match. Like I said, it's a half hour. It goes by super quick. And I think everyone is nice enough to push the button. Donna helped me out, like I said. It's really nice of her because now I can sit in here and stream. Not that I couldn't control it from here, but it does make it a little easier for me to just be able to focus on talking about the match. All right, Kyle with a nice chance here. A little clustery, but I think Kyle plays a lot of straight pool, and I don't think he's going to have any problems here. Assuming this 12 passes, he should be okay. He doesn't even have to shoot this if he doesn't want to, but I think he will. The question is, what ball will he shoot next? Does he want to roll up for the 9? Yeah, see, I like this better, to be honest. He's changing his mind because of the reach and probably the foul situation. Looks like he calls extension here. Yeah. Good shot there. I think he should swing this 11, get on the 15 to get to the 9, and then work his way down here. But I think he's got a little too much angle for this problem. He's going to try and bump the 10 is my guess. I didn't like that, and I'm willing to bet he didn't like it either. I feel like he didn't need to bump anything there. He had a way different path to get guaranteed on those balls, and he should have taken it. He's got a nice safety here. I have noticed myself and other players have been passing up the safety option. It can be kind of hard to see it, but I do think he's going to try and go 2 rails on the 8. If he can perform the safety, great. If not, he's going to be in trouble. That's the problem with that shot. You leave a pretty easy shot. Yeah, I think that was just shot selection. And again, you know, with the timer and stuff, it's hard for you to work that out. And if you are going to work it out, you got to think quickly. So you're going to hear me say it about 100 more times, I'm sure. It's a cool new format. At least 100 more. Maybe 200 times more. All right. Left himself a little straight, a little flat. He's all right, though. He's probably just going to cut this in the side. He could also force it to the corner. I wouldn't recommend it. I think the side is nice and natural. All you have to do is pocket the ball, and then you're out. Even if you miss, you're not probably going to leave anything too easy, but he's not going to miss. Really thought Kyle would have got out there. I think he should have did my shot, like I said, and swung around to get to the middle of the table. All right, so it's Kyle's break. When it's their break, it turns red. You can maybe see. I know it's kind of small, but see that little red? It's a B. Here, you can see what I'm saying. So that's what it looks like. The B is for break. It turns red when that's the breaker. And again, they pause the match clock, which is that 12 minutes and 53 seconds. While they rack, and then when he hits the cue ball, that's when it starts up again. Or at least that's how we're doing it here. And yeah, it's pretty late, so I'll be curious to see if they end up playing this match out or not for the finals, given that it is true double. It's probably a mistake on my part to do this true double, given the small payout. I probably should have done it how we do a Wednesday night, but I didn't, so we'll see what happens. The payouts are pretty tight, so it's not like anyone's going to miss a ton of money. And knowing Kyle and the fact that third place left and he basically skipped a spot, I'll be kind of shocked if they play the finals, but we'll see. We will see. Also, I have a feeling if Julio wins, he'll want to play, but I feel like if Kyle wins, he'll be fine to split. I don't know why I feel that way. Could be completely wrong. That's just what my gut tells me. All right, so we still got a little problem with this 6 ball. Looks like he could navigate to the 7 now, then to the, yeah, I don't know. He might want to come up table and then get the, what is it, the 4 ball, then the 7, then the 6, because he doesn't really have a pocket for the 8 down there. And I think he's realizing that now. He uses extension to be able to figure it out, because he's got to know that falling behind 2 racks is just going to really be tough. And it's interesting how they were on target to play 4 racks in 10 minutes, and now here we go. We're going to be at 20 minutes, and they're only going to be at 6 racks maybe. So it's definitely interesting. Wow, I'm surprised he tried to hold that. I thought if anything, he would have missed it in a different way. Well, he blocked the pocket, kind of. He left Julio the easy breakout, unfortunately, but it is still a tricky shot. We'll see what happens. Yep, shot's still tricky though. And now Julio owns the 4-ball pocket. I think he should consider. I don't know. It's really tough. It's so hard to play safety in 8-ball sometimes. Yeah, I didn't like that. Didn't like that because at least he blocked the 9-ball potentially from there. Now, I don't know. I would have liked to have seen him maybe shoot the 4 into the, what is it, the 14 there blocking this pocket by us. He has a bank potentially. He could cross this or stiff this 4-ball, but he looks like he's banking the 7. Nope, he's just trying to block the pocket and maybe get safe. It's not terrible. Like I said, playing safety in 8-ball can be next to impossible sometimes. And there's a couple of interesting rules, like you cannot play an intentional foul to tie up the balls. That's a loss of rack. So it really forces you to just get out. Takes some strategy away, but I think it's interesting because it just places an emphasis on running the balls and playing quick, and I think that's all by design. Now, see here, if he had developed that 12-ball, he would have been able to get out. Now, even with all these balls the way they are, it's going to be extremely hard to get out. He's either going to have to bank this 4 or try to get short side. I'm not even sure if it goes by the 10. Honestly, I think his best chance is to try to get a good line on the bank, and that's it. Well, he's got a potential line here to get up to the 4. I don't know. He looks a little straight. I'm gonna say it again. He just needs to go back to get a good line on that bank if he can. Just gotta watch the foul here. He went for it. What a shot! What a shot! No real reward. He might have a cut on this if it goes by. I mean, this cue ball is gonna be flying. If he makes it, look for him to either hit the 8 with the cue ball or hit the 9 with the cue ball. Depending on how much he spins this. He might miss them all and end up back here between the 10 and 13. Let's see what he does. Oh, he put a ton of inside English and scratched. He didn't do it there, but you're not allowed to stop the ball from going in the pocket. It's supposed to be a loss of rack. We did tell the players today they were to get 1 warning a rack. You could see him remind himself that's probably why he didn't do it. But we did give the players 1 warning just because the rules are so new. But looks like Julio's gonna have a great chance to take a 2-game lead with not a ton of time left. But still, with a quick run out, it is anybody's game. All right. And Julio has the break here, so break and run here is basically just sealing the deal. Now this is the one part about the match that can be frustrating with the clock, you know, but it just really puts pressure on all those other situations to keep it close, you know. I would say this is probably the most frustrating part about the format is if you get into a situation where you feel like you can't win, where typically in pool that doesn't happen. You always have a chance to make a great comeback or whatever, but I guess that's just the nature of this format. Of course, if you hate to lose as much as most pool players do, it will be frustrating. But, I mean, Kyle did have quite a few chances there that, I mean, I'm sure he knows that he could have easily been up 2 games instead of down 2 games, so. And there's still pool to be played, so see how it goes. Probably wants to take stripes if he can. I mean, maybe not just because of the 8 ball. Neither suit is too great. At least with if you take solids, you can move. If you take solids, you can either move or block the pocket later on. The problem with solids is it's hard to even shoot a solid right now. It is open after the break. And then, yeah, he's just going to have to develop that 8. The bank lane is open if he wants. For stripes, if he gets that far, it looks like he was trying to get rid of the problem right away. Oh, that's kind of a nice roll there. Leaving Kyle, of course, he has plenty of open shots, just pretty difficult, especially given the circumstances. It's still open. What if he's going to call his extension? Wow, so he just got that shot off. And yeah, now he's in a real pickle. Like I said earlier about the open layouts and maybe not having those chances again. This is what I'm talking about. I mean, 8 ball can just be so, what a great shot. What a great shot. Even here, he's still a little bit funny. He's got this weird angle, so he has to go by the 14, I think it is, and not hit the 8 to get 2 rails on the 3, or he's going to shoot the 3 now, or he's going to take a really tough shot, an even tougher, longer shot by bumping the 14 and hoping he's not jacked up for the 3, and then trying to have a thin cut on the 8. So he's still in a really tough spot here, and he's eating up a lot of time thinking about it too. Good news is he's going to be breaking if he gets out here, so he could break and run, and we could see a shootout. Oh, that's the second time with that same type of like 15-degree cut where he just pushed it in. You really want to try and put a little English on that shot if you can, or overcut it to compensate for that cut-induced throw. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, I recommend learning about it because it will help you miss that shot less. All right, so Kyle's in the driver's seat. Excuse me. Julio's in the driver's seat big time right here. I mean, he's not only does he have a great out, even if he doesn't get out, it probably won't matter. But man, did Kyle have a lot of open chances in this set. Gotta be honest, I was hoping he'd get out there and we could see more dramatic, fast-paced racks. Yep, this plays a little safety. Kyle's got the Z shot available on the 3. So the other cool part about it not being called shot, APA style, is that it makes safeties a little bit less enticing, you know? You play that safety, the guy dumps the ball in and runs out. It kind of, I think the more you play it, the more you realize the rules can be slightly frustrating, but if you realize what the rules are trying to force the players into doing, which is like run out and not eat the clock in certain ways or not play safeties, they're really trying to make it a more aggressive game. I think if you look at the rule set in that light, that you can appreciate it. So whenever I have a problem with a rule set, not that I have a big problem with these, but in general, if I have a problem with a rule set, I try to look at it in a positive way because there's really nothing else I can do about it. All right, here we go. Still got action potentially. I think if I did this tournament again, I would allow the 8 on the break to be a win because I think it just allows a little more excitement, you know. Kyle could potentially get out here still and have the you know, he could make the 8 on the snap and tie it up. Goes to a shootout. Now here, like I said, all Julio has to do is call his extension and he wins. So let's go see if they're going to play the finals. Again, if you're just tuning in, this is the Ultimate Pool League style tournament that we're doing to show you how the new league we're doing here at Amazing Billiards on January 20th is going to go. And I'll have some of the players check it out. So I'll be right back, guys. All right, so they're going to chop it up. Can't blame them. It really wasn't supposed to take this long, but considering we started, 7 hours, it's not terrible. Not terrible for a small tournament. We only used like 3 tables. That's the craziest thing. All right, thanks for tuning in. Hopefully you guys are interested in the format. Don't take my word for it. Maybe message some of the players, see what they thought. I think you'll get a wide variety. I mean, I was just talking to Kyle there. I don't think you could hear me, but we both said, hey, it's different. You know, it takes some getting used to. And, you know, guys like me and Kyle, you know, 600 level players don't play a ton of 8-ball, but it's fun. You know, it's something different. So we're at the league. It's starting up January 20th. Give it a shot. It's on Monday nights. You're probably not doing anything better on Monday nights. Come, you play your match. You get to actually play a whole match. But yeah, you'll see some posts from me and stuff. So if you're interested in any information, just reach